रेग्युलर अटेंड करत राहा. म्हणजे आपल्याला माहित नाहीये की या सेमिस्टरला गव्हर्नमेंट पुन्हा रेग्युलर लेक्चर चालू करेल का. हम्म. त्यांनी जर केले तर पुन्हा हे सिलेबस रेग्युलर कव्हर होईलच, प्रॅक्टिकल वर आपण जास्त लक्ष देऊन. पण नाही झाली तर दिस विल बी अज्युम्ड ॲज अ होलसेल टीचिंग. त्यामुळं यू हॅव टू कीप ऑन अटेंडिंग द लेक्चर. कोणते मेसेज पाठव. My presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us start with this presentation. This is the content we started on the previous lecture. I will just briefly score through the previous content, and last remaining part of this presentation is it was remaining on the last lecture. I will cover it today. So in previous lecture we covered engineering surveys for highway. Okay. In that we gone through different parts, different stages of survey. Like what is the first map survey is done in the office, reconnection survey is done with the simple instruments on the field, preliminary survey is done with the some initial work, and then detailed survey is done with the high quality equipment. Map study, by looking at the map, we are able to identify the locations of hills, valleys, important what you can say cities in the map, and we are able to mark the alignment of highway. I will just briefly uh, remind you what is the objective of this transportation engineering. One, transportation engineering one subject deals with construction design of a highway. Okay, so while you are designing the highway, it needs to be properly planned out. For planning the highway, you need to do the survey. So these are the different stages of surveying work. While you are sitting in office, the survey will be done as a map study. A reconnaissance survey will be done with the help of a minor equipment that are simple level, which will not be having sophisticated equipment or stands, hand level we can say. From those, we are able to identify the slope gradient on roughly basis. Then preliminary survey will be done on the ground with the help of a equipment like a dumpy level, theodolite, total station even for preliminary work, a rapid survey we can call that. And another equipment nowadays being utilized for such kind of preliminary survey is the use of drones, or previously it was a aerial photogrammetry. Aerial photogrammetry means you will be flying with a plane in which camera will be fitted, and that plane will be preferably fitted with a stereoscopic camera. That means two cameras inclined at some angle, and those will be taking the photograph simultaneously. When those photographs are mapped over each other, we are able to get the judgment of depth. So that will be stereoscopic camera. Then after preliminary survey, we will be going for the detailed survey. This is the survey part you covered in your block contouring survey work in second year survey subject. Okay. What was the stages you carried out? You will have marked end stations. End stations. So suppose you are going to plan some road from Dabil towards Khed. You will be dividing that whole road into number of straight length parts. Suppose first straight line is of 1 kilometer. Okay, so those two ends will be the end station. Those will be marked on map previously from the preliminary survey, and then those will be transferred on the ground in preliminary survey itself. In final survey, final detailed survey, those end stations will be preparing location sketches. What is the meaning of location sketches? We know that is the end station measurements with respect to three independent permanent observations so that the same location end station can be marked afterwards also. Okay, so that is finalization of a end station, then preparing location sketches, then marking the center line of a highway alignment on ground, then marking the buffer on both the sides of highway and carrying out the detailed survey. Okay, so you have used dumpy level or theodolite auto level. Which equipments you have used in survey work? Anyone? In your survey work, which equipment you have used? Ajinkya?
Yes, sir. Krishna?
Which equipment you have used in survey work?
Total station
You
or
have
dumpy
used
level
total
auto.
station. Total station and dumpy level both have been used. So that means with the help of these individual parameter points, you will be able to take levels up to the accuracy of 5 millimeters. So with this help of levels, you will be able to find out the amount of cutting and filling required on ground. So when all these readings are compiled, okay, you will be getting different information. The variety of information will be key map. When you are going to some location, say Dabhel, you will be marking the important locations as a temple, existing road, Bazarpet, highway on a rough map. That will be assumed to be a key or reference map. Then index map on key map or on a map when we are marking end stations. The locations of these stations will be marked on the map. It will be called as a index map. Then outcome of preliminary survey work will be in the form of survey plans. Detailed survey work will be converted to longitudinal section that we have prepared as well as cross sections at all levels. Okay. So when this information is got, we can plot that highway alignment on Jamabandi map that we also called as a Sadbara map, in which locations or land parcels are marked. Which land belongs to which person? We are able to identify their number, and we can find out which land and up to which extent it is getting superimposed with the highway. How much land needs to be bought or acquisition needs to be done. Okay, then we will be coming across some cross drainage or water channels, nalas. So the locations of cross drainage works will be marked, prepared. Then locations where some nearby quarries can be identified. Those can be included as a your output work. So you will be mostly dealing with cutting and filling in a road work. For that, you need to find out location from which soil sample will be collected. Okay. So all these information just now we have included from key map to the all quarries details location map will be included in a single report. That report is called as a in technical language DPR. The long form of DPR is detailed project report. Okay, so this is DPR. It is a authentic document which will be covering all aspects of survey. What is included in this survey work? What is included in this DPR report? First is the executive summary. What is the abstract? Why to go for this work? Then another will be the background. Suppose we are constructing the highway work from say Dabri to Khed, we need to identify why it is required. So what is the location? What is the historical significance of area? That will be included in background. Okay. Uh, just a moment. Okay. Then general the information, any other information that can be useful. What is the political connection of that particular village? What should be the acquisition plan, or any other information that might be interested to the engineering point of view, that will be included in general details. Then socio-economic profile, social level of the village, economic ground background. So with respect to Dabe, we can say that it is a kind of economically average village. So Khed, we can say that it is economically above average city. Likewise, economic profile of that particular village, average earning quantities, money range, that information can be collected. Socio-economical aspects, how many number of people are there? Okay, what is their social background? Demographic profile, which includes the age of people, what is the average quantum, whether majority of people are of old category or earning category or child, how many are male, female, that will be included in demographic profile. Then another information collected will be traffic survey and forecast. So one person will be sitting on a location. If you have come across previous year's traffic survey reports in transportation lab, you might have understood the students will be sitting at some location. Some villages were appointed to them, like intersection within a village, and the students will be going there, counting number of vehicles moving through the single intersection, and that way will be outcome of a traffic survey. We'll be going through this detail because it is a sorry, because it is a outcome or intended work as a term work. It is a part of our term work activity. Then another category chapter included in this kind of DPR will be engineering surveys and investigation. So engineering surveys are surveys which have been covered from engineering point of view, which include geological survey. Geology, that means you will be looking at the nature of the subsurface rock. Okay, whether rock is having good stability, strength. Then geomorphological characteristics. Suppose some river is crossing, what is the flood level, what is the deterioration level, whether it will be getting flooding. Then another category of documents will be reference of standards and specification. That is enlisting the names of IS codes, IRC codes, which will be governing design of highway and bridges. Okay. Then another information will be included in this DPR is pavement design details. Pavement means the top surface of highway. Whether the pavement will be designed in a concrete, rigid pavement or flexible pavement, what can be the details, how much cross section will be required, what is the thickness, that information will be collected from the structural engineer. He will be provided with the requisite data, that is bearing capacity, everything, and he will be able to give us pavement design, thickness and standards. Then another information which is included in DPR is drainage studies, cross drainage works and their design. So while going across the road, we can come across bridges. If the bridge is not provided, but still Nala is there, then they might have fixed up some underground pipes below the road. So that will be cross drainage work. Depending on the amount of water that will be collected passing through that location, we can suggest either go for the bridge or some minor cross drainage work. That design will be included in this DPR. Then environmental considerations. Environmental considerations, if you are constructing road and if it is suppose affecting on some environmental parameter. Environmental parameter means suppose the road is passing through some forest, then naturally it will be affecting on reserved land. So it should not be allowed. Or if you are going to construct the road by cutting, you will be deteriorating the existing nature of the ground. So that environmental parameter will be taken into account. Then amount of material required, equipment that might be required for construction, and human resource required. Tentative figures data will be included in this DPR. Analysis and design, whatever we have covered, that will be analyzed. That means quantity, rate, money related parameter, design verification, drawings, that will be included in this DPR. Rate analysis and estimate. So rate analysis and estimate are the two parts which will be covering in quantity survey and estimation subject. But time being, the amount of rate that will be required for every activity within the project. What is the rate of digging? What is the rate of laying of concrete surface? And total budget that will be included in DPR, of cost of construction. Another parameter will be schedule. If road has to be constructed from Dabri to Khed, how much time it will be requiring? Say 15 months. Then what will be the stages? That bar chart will be included. Preliminary work 1 month, actual construction in stages next 2 months. Likewise, information will be included. Then traffic management during construction. Suppose at some village level, you need to create some bypass or temporary diversion of a traffic. That information will be included in DPR. So all this will be summarized in abstract, that is first part, as well as in conclusion. These are all parts related with the detailed project drawing. Okay, I'll be covering now one more part, highway alignment. Just let me know if this slide is visible to you. Yes, whether this slide is visible to you?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Now it should be visible. Just give me confirmation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Because I will not be looking at the Google Meet section. Now let us continue with the last point in module 1, highway planning and development, which is the highway alignment. Okay. So what is a highway alignment? It is marking, it is the procedure of marking center line of highway on the ground is called as a highway alignment. So this center line, which is marked on map as well as ground, this line will be highway alignment, which is going to principally govern direction of highway. Okay, so looking at this highway alignment can be marked in horizontal plane. If it is marked in a horizontal plane, we'll be thinking about circular curve, compound curve, then transition curve that you have learned in survey engineering. When this alignment is thought about in vertical plane, we are talking about longitudinal survey that you have done, and will be able to identify, mark summit or valley curve, what is the radius. That information will be included in alignment. Now, as a principle, the alignment must be such that overall cost of the project should be minimum. Last time you might remember we have taken one case. There are two locations. Suppose Khed, and Dabir, and we have marked three different options from reaching towards Khed. So options A, B, C. That three options can be weighted, compared, or overall cost, and option will be selected where cost will be minimum. So what is the overall cost? It is a total of construction cost, operation, and maintenance cost. So operation cost, it might be operation of a highway as well as maintenance of vehicle as well as roads. Likewise, total maintenance cost should be lowest possible. If all these parameters are not taken into account, आपल्याला माहिती आहे हायवेवर जर काय ऍक्सिडेंट होतात, what we can say that point is a danger spot because it may not have properly designed. Therefore, improper alignment will result into higher cost, अर्थातच ऑप्टिमम पेक्षा जास्त कॉस्ट असणार आहे. Then higher construction cost, higher operation and maintenance cost. जर अलाइनमेंट चुकीची असेल, जास्त unnecessary slope is provided, vehicles will be required to move with greater efforts, more maintenance will be required for machineries, and increased accident rates. These are the results of improper alignment. Now, when we are talking about the road design, it will include a plan which will be governed by center line, then existing structures around the road. At Dabir, some center line is there, nearby some hotels are there, Bazar Pet is there. Those locations will be marked on the ground. Right of way, you can check out at Dabir section only. Existing road is widened by at least 20 meters on both the sides. So that edge from left to right, total width will be called as the right of way. That is the total land that will be acquisitioned by the authority. Carriageway, that is the actual pavement on which vehicles will be traveling. That is a carriageway. Shoulders, the part of road which is near to the carriageway but which will be filled by murum. Okay, shoulders. Side drainage, that is gutter section. All these information will be included in plan. Longitudinal profiles will be taken. Information will be collected with respect to soil type, depth of cutting required, height of filling, side drainage, direction of flow in train. These are the informations. You have done this work in your survey part. Okay, cross sections, will be drawing the cross section at every particular interval and we will be able to identify the amount of cutting and filling. That is basic. Then formation level, that means at which level the road should be there. So that information will be continued. That is the formation level. Super elevation, that is the banking of road that needs to be provided. All this information will be included in road. Now this is the part requirement of ideal highway alignment that you should keep into mind. Remember this part. All these notes, okay, I'm just informing you, all these notes will be available on my websites, all these PPT as well as video lectures. I'm in a process of updating it on website. Okay, now requirements of ideal highway alignment will be SEC. Okay, so it should be short, easy, safe, economical, and comfortable. So that way, these are the requirements of highway alignment. Short, highway alignment selected should be the shortest possible. That means if you want to select the road for Khed to Dabir, mark a straight line on the ground, Dabir to Khed. Now, if this straight line is marked on the ground, It might be crossing across some hill, then valley. So that means, although it is shortest possible, it may not be always economical or practicable to construct such line. So then next short possible line can be selected. So highway alignment should be shortest as possible. Then another requirement will be it should be easy to construct. Suppose we have come across one shortest alignment. One river is there. Simply mark a line from one edge of river to another, and that will be the shortest possible highway. But to construct it, we need to go for a bridge. And cost of construction of bridge is far high, very high as compared to road. So although it is shortest possible, it is not easy to construct. Then with respect to easy, it should be easy to construct, easy to maintain. Maintenance operation needs to be it should be not that much stressing. We are not supposed to carry out the maintenance again and again. Then it should be easy to maneuver. It should be easy to move along with the vehicle. Driver should be able to easily drive on such a road. So that is the meaning of term easy. Then it should be safe. It should be safe for structure. If you are constructing a highway and proposing some alignments to say some Parshuram Ghat, then it should be such that landslide should not occur on such a sections. The road should be comparatively at a longer distance or at off distance from such a location, dangerous location. So safety too should be to the structure. Safety will be offered to the highway. Safety in driving, if the driver is moving along the road and if the curves are acute, then driver will be there will be chance of making mistakes and that will create a difficulty. So it should be safe in driving. That means curve provided should be of larger radius. Safe geometrics, that is a circular radius only. That should be taken as per standard permissible radius of highways. So those are our design requirement will be covering in second part. Then highway alignment should be economical. Economical point of view, we have just covered economical चा अर्थ काय झाला? Total cost should be minimum. Total cost कशी minimum येईल? Again, cost is made of three parameters: capital cost, operation, and maintenance. या तिन्ही जर कमी असतील, then only the economical cost economy can be achieved. Another parameter will be comfort. If the highway alignment selected is offering comfort, that should be in terms of a driver and as well as passenger. What is our observation? When you are traveling through a bus and if the bus is traveling along the curve, you will be facing centrifugal force while moving along a curve, and that is not comfortable. If the slope is very high, that is also not comfortable. So that means highway alignment should be selected so that comfort should be offered to both. Now, looking at this, are you able to see the different diagrams which are shown on the screen? This is very important point of the first chapter. Okay, this is the most important point of the chapter, which is examiner's ideal question. What are the factors affecting on selection of highway alignment? First point will be obligatory or compulsory point. Obligatory, the meaning is obligation, that is a compulsion. So first category of obligatory or compulsory points are the points which must be passed on by highway alignment. If you want to select a highway alignment from Dabit to Khed, then there is in between some village, some railway station is there, some village is there. That highway alignment must go nearby to that location such that those people will be also able to take the benefit. So road utilization will increase. So these are the points which must compulsorily lie along highway alignment, or rather say highway alignment must cross through these parts. What are the parts? What are the points? First is a mountain pass. Mountain pass मराठीमध्ये त्याला आपण खिंड म्हणतो. So on the first diagram, if you are able to see, okay. So in this screen, there are two hills and in between one road will be passing along. So whenever you are doing some survey, which is seen on the right diagram, the right diagram is a contour diagram. And what we can say is these are the contours. Okay. And if we assume that these contours are marked with a lower value on outer periphery, suppose 100 meter, then 110 meter, 120 meter, 30 meter, likewise towards the center of this circle, then we can assume that these are two hills. Okay, and our highway alignment must pass through in between these two hills such that our cost of construction will reduce. This highway alignment will must pass through these hills, which is seen on left side of diagram. Another parameter, another compulsory point for which this highway alignment must pass will be bridge. Suppose some existing bridge is there, likewise first left diagram on bottom, there is a creek, khadi in between, on which some bridges are already constructed in a red shape. Then whatever highway you are going to plan on left side, it should be diverted towards existing bridge such that it will be able to pass on through the bridge and go to the next land area. Okay, so this highway alignment must connect with the bridge, which is visible on second diagram, that is middle one. Suppose village A is lying along bottom side of the river, village B is lying along right side of the river, then this river is provided with a bridge. Shortest possible alignment will be A to B, which will require one more bridge. We cannot go for construction of one more bridge. What we can do is essentially change our highway alignment such that it will connect with the bridge and then it will reach to the village B. So that way, when we have planned to go for land acquisition along this straight line, now this plan has changed to this circular line. So this highway alignment must be selected. Another will be highway alignment must pass through intermediate town. So this is the map prepared for Tawade village. You can check Tawade. Okay. Suppose one highway is being constructed and ideally it should be shortest possible. So that should be my option. The blue line will be my new highway. But what my judgment says, that this highway, if it is not being utilized by the people, it is not fulfilling its purpose. So if we divert highway such that intermediate towns are connected, more traffic will be able to pass on this road and more money will be generated, more utilization can happen. That will directly affect on development. That is ultimate objective of our highway. Okay, development of surrounding area to provide the means of communication. Then second point will be, second point, I'm again reiterating, we are talking about factors which are going to affect on selection of a highway. So points which should not be compulsorily passed. Previous was compulsory to be passed. Now these 2 points are compulsory not to be passed. So alignment should not, must not pass through unsuitable or marshy land. On the left side, if the diagram is shown, if the diagram is shown is marshy land, then such land, if road is constructed, too much money will be wasted on foundation work, bridge work, and that will create a increase the construction cost. Okay, so that should not be the case. So another variety will be the highway alignment should not pass over lake. The rightmost diagram or middle one also, we can check that there are lakes in between, and our highway alignment is passing through such a line. What we can do, instead of passing through the lake, we can change it such that movement through the lake can be avoided. It is looking like a very simple thing right now, but in practical world, this will create different scenarios. It will increase the construction cost. So engineer has to take decision about this point. Then another point through which highway alignment should not pass is religious place like a temple or dargah, so that uh, destruction of such a place, removal of such a place is not possible from religious point of view, and altogether we can make arrangements so that highway alignment can be tilted in such a cases. Another, highway alignment should not pass through costly land and costly structure. Suppose some industry is there and highway alignment is passing through that industry. If we try to confirm that alignment, we need to buy that land. We need to pay for destruction of that industry structure. So that will increase the cost of project. Instead, we can change the alignment. So that are compulsory point which should not be passed. Another parameter which is going to affect on highway alignment will be traffic, amount of traffic. Highway alignment, परत एकदा मी सांगतो, we have got three options. We are constructing road from Dabe to Khed. We have got three options. Alignment A, B, C. Okay. Out of that, which has to be selected? So we'll be doing some traffic survey and we'll be able to find out which will be more occupied. What are the different ways of doing traffic survey? First category of survey will be origin and destination survey. Outcome of this origin and destination survey, which will be covering in detail, but time being, we'll be going to some industry, suppose Gharda Chemicals, and we'll be staying outside of the campus and asking every people where he lives and where he is going to be there in evening. Okay. Suppose we'll be going to reaching to some residential area like a Khed, and we'll be asking every people. So we'll be able to find out that around 20% of people will be rushing towards some industry, 30% of people will be rushing towards XYZ location. So this is the map which is prepared at the bottom. This is for Kolhapur, and if we check out, if we carry out origin and destination survey of huge number of people, we'll be able to identify that major number of people will be moving along the national highway. So these number of people, number of routes, if marked on a route, higher number will indicate higher width. So looking at this map, we can say that some rightmost part, very few people are using movement towards some this rightmost side Sadalga or this Kodoli, whereas major of number of people will be moving along national highway towards Pune and towards Karnataka line direction. So that will be having higher width. This is towards Sangli. So these are 1, 2, 3 routes which will be having more traffic. And what is our objective? We need to select alignment which is in line with a higher number of people, which is our desired line. Okay. So ideal requirement, we must select alignment such that it will be in line with the current desired line and future development. By looking at current scenario of Kolhapur city, what I can assume that more movement is going to happen, suppose from Kolhapur towards Sangli, and that route will be prominently occupied. So our alignment should be such that it will be along this line. Already NH4 is being constructed. Okay. So that way we can give more benefit to the people. Then another factor which will be affecting on geometric design. Okay. Mine is the last lecture, no? So I'll be taking 10. Okay. I'll be taking 10-15 more minutes. So please bear with me. Another factor which will be affecting on highway alignment is geometric design. Okay, only 48 students are there. So geometric design. So we are going to think about take the help of a grade. So highway alignment A, B, C, which has to be selected. Selected highway alignment should be such that road is uh, close to gentle. Okay, so that will be relatively level surface. Then it should have less than ruling gradient. Ruling gradient, that is the maximum slope that can be provided on the ground. So this existing slope, design slope, which we are finalizing for highway alignment, it should be less than the gradient. Then side distance should be maintained, that we will see. Curve should be gentle one, and monotony, a continuous straight path should be avoided. These parameters will be usually used for selection of highway alignment. Another parameter just now we have seen is the total economy. So economy cost can be achieved by total cost, lowering the total cost, which is addition of capital cost, operation, maintenance cost. In highway, when cutting and filling costs are comparatively same, we can, as a thumb rule, take that as a economical construction. Then another parameter which will be affecting on highway alignment, which has to be selected, is land acquisition cost. Suppose one option is passing through line ABC. These are the three highway alignments which are passing through. Which alignment should be fixed? Alignment which is not going through costly land. So which will force the government to pay more amount, that alignment should be avoided. Then drainage should be properly available in a such alignment. We will be thinking about hydrological parameters like rainfall, water table. When we are thinking about highway selection from say Pune to Bombay, we will be going from lot many cities in between, which will be selected. We will be thinking about rainfall amount, highest flood level, existing water table within those areas, and we will be selecting alignment in which least points will be bothering our design calculation. Then another parameter will be highway alignment selected should be always above highest flood level, such that in case of a rainy season, this highway alignment will not get inundated. It will not go below water level. Another parameter that will be affecting will be environmental impact. Suppose highway alignment is passing through some restricted or reserved land, then it will be creating environmental impacts which should be avoided. Another political point, suppose selected highway alignment is passing through foreign land of some nearby country. Of course, you cannot move to the foreign country. It should be diverted such that I will be uh, stopping today for this highway alignment that I will cover in next lecture. Uh, just a minute before. Uh, Now you can give the presentee as always ATT dot roll number dot your name. डबल देऊ नका चुकला असेल तरी. Sahil, I have asked you to give dot. You included space. Okay. I will be putting this file to some software. That's why it has to be exactly in this format. Those who have given the presentee, you can take a exit now. If the presentee is given by everybody, I will stop the recording. Then your recording of presentee will be stopped. Is there anyone remaining? Okay, these are the people idle. Manish Gandhi. Okay, everybody is over with the presentation. Take a exit from class.